Hello everyone, I'm Andrew, and I'm wondering what the hell I'm gonna do with my life now that Rick and Morty Season 3 is finally over. I guess I could learn a new language, or paint my apartment, or teach my mom how to drive a car, but I think I'm just gonna check out some of the cool cult classics that the show referenced this year. Rick and Morty continues to shout out a lot of awesome pop culture that is definitely worth your time.
Not quite. It's basically an endless string of callbacks to—
All right, save it for YouTube.
So let's look behind the references and single out a few that you should check out further in Rick and Morty Reference Recommendations Volume 2. We'll start with the episode Morty's Mind Blowers. After 2 interdimensional cable episodes, the Rick and Morty crew finally realized that the premise was getting a little thin. So for this season's anthology episode, they chose to explore traumatic memories deleted from Morty's brain.
Jesus, I made that guy kill himself.
Yay, trauma! The opening scene is a shout out to the must-see 1986 classic, Labyrinth. Well, okay, it's technically an homage to M.C. Escher's Relativity, a 1953 lithograph that's inspired everything from Monument Valley to The Simpsons. But a desperate chase through the maze of impossible staircases? That's straight out of Labyrinth. So, what's so special about this movie?
Things are not always what they seem in this place.
I mean, for a film produced by George Lucas, directed by Jim Henson, and starring David Bowie?
Don't defy me. You're no match for me, Sarah.
It was actually a huge box office flop.
How's that for brain power, huh?
Labyrinth didn't receive its critical love and cult following until years after its release. Maybe the world just needed time to come to terms with Bowie's massive crotch bulge. It's very big. It should have got a credit. Can we say that? He stars as Jareth, king of a mystical realm.
You have 13 hours in which to solve the labyrinth before your baby brother becomes one of us forever.
It was the last film Jim Henson directed before he died, and it features some of his most elaborate and expressive creations ever. Labyrinth is all about Connolly's character accepting the responsibilities of adulthood without giving up the magic of youth.
You have no power over me.
It's kind of like how Morty is realizing that Rick's behavior is driving a wedge into his family.
I knew it, you piece of You're a asshole, Rick.
But he's still got the thirst for interdimensional adventure.
All right, Morty, this noise. Let's get out of here and go on a classic Rick and Morty adventure.
Yeah, all right, Rick, I'm all in.
So if you like fantasy movies or just want to see David Bowie juggling crystal balls and singing to puppets,
Power of voodoo. You do.
give Labyrinth a shot. Okay, so now we know where the crazy maze room came from, but what about the creepy goth guy chasing after the truth tortoise?
Morty, whatever you do, don't drop the truth tortoise.
Enter Sandman. Before he became a hit novelist with books like Anansi Boys and American Gods, Neil Gaiman was a humble comic book writer who got his start during the British invasion of the 1980s. And his groundbreaking dark fantasy, The Sandman, changed the game for the entire comics medium. The pale, shirtless creature with black eyes and big hair is clearly the protagonist, Morpheus, also known as Dream, even though he's definitely not the kind of evil maniac who would chase an elderly scientist and his grandson. Dream is one of the endless, 7 vastly powerful beings who represent metaphysical concepts in the universe. After being locked away for 70 years by an occult ritual, he escapes and spends the rest of the series trying to fix what went wrong in his absence. Honestly, that's just scratching the surface for The Sandman. It's an extremely complex story, which is probably why its live-action adaptation has been stuck in development hell for so long. Sandman was one of the first mainstream comics to explore other literary genres and concepts, and it's still one of the best. So if you're a comics fan who's getting a little tired of all the big crossover events, #1 relaunches, endless superheroics, and people dying just to come right back to life, you should check out Sandman. Later in the episode, one of Morty's memories sets up an awesome parody of Contact.
Dear God.
What?
It was originally a novel by Carl Sagan. He's the popular scientist behind the original Cosmos series and The Pale Blue Dot.
Every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on the mote of dust, suspended in a sunbeam.
He also loved smoking weed.
That was a UFO beaming back at you.
And after Sagan's death, his widow Andruyan became president of Normal. So I'm pretty sure, it's a pretty solid foundation that he would have been a fan of Rick and Morty. Based on the scientist's accent in the episode, they're clearly referencing the movie adaptation starring Jodie Foster.
Primary systems check. Auxiliary systems check.
I'm okay to go. I'm okay to go. Okay!
She's a SETI scientist who builds an interstellar vessel based on plans sent by an alien signal, just like in the episode.
The signal turned out to be, there's no other way to put it, instructions.
For
Some kind of a transport.
transport.
And while Rick and Morty are just messing with her to escape from the menagerie, in the movie, the alien takes the form of her deceased father to, I guess, make the whole experience a little more pleasant. Contact is all about the role of faith in an increasingly scientific world. It's a more cerebral look at how humanity would really react to the existence of alien life.
As a person of faith, I'm bound by a different covenant than Dr. Airway. But our goal is one and the same. I, for one, believer.
Honestly, it's kind of like Arrival. You're not gonna see any landmarks nuked by a death beam, or Will Smith chomping cigars and cracking wise.
That's what I call a close encounter.
It's a victory dance.
I know, but I was referencing the song. I don't write it. It's more low-key than Rick and Morty, but the show is a lot smarter than people give it credit for. And some episodes have an almost Futurama level of sci-fi brilliance. So if you're at all interested in the science and sociology behind aliens, Contact might be right up your alley. Let's finish this recommendations video the same way Dev ended the last one, with a good old-fashioned Stephen King shout-out.
Hey, I love that book.
In the episode The Ricklantis Mix-Up, 4 little Mortys embark on one last adventure before graduating Morty school, and the whole gang is a reference to the classic Rob Reiner film, Stand By Me. Before it, and way before Stranger Things, Stephen King had already written the definitive tale of childhood friendship in a short novella called The Body. It was published as part of his Different Seasons collection, which also contained stories that became Apt Pupil and The Shawshank Redemption. It's one of the first serious movies I ever saw as a kid. It changed my life. I was like, holy shit.
Morgan Freeman is white in the original novel, but it's awesome in the movie because he's the line, "Why do they call you red?" He goes,
Maybe it's because I'm Irish.
makes it actually a funny line and not that thing he threw.
Yeah. But other than that, it's an extremely faithful adaptation, right down to the non sequitur story of lard-ass Hogan puking during a pie eating contest. It's fucking disgusting.
And Lardass just sat back and enjoyed what he created.
Each boy is represented by a Morty. Glasses Morty is Corey Feldman's character Teddy, and left-handed Morty is little Jerry O'Connell. In the movie, River Phoenix plays Chris, the main character's best friend, and he's got Slick Morty's penchant for mopey existential angst.
I just wish that I could go someplace where nobody knows me.
Slick, why do you have to be so dramatic?
I'm also not sure how Will Wheaton's character ended up as Lizard Morty, but it works.
I'll be waiting for you on the other side, relaxing with my thoughts.
You use your left hand or your right hand for that?
You should use your left hand to eat more vegetables.
Just like the Stand By Me kids found poor Ray Brower's body, the 4 Mortys end up finding their magic wishing portal. Of course, it winds up being an interdimensional garbage dump.
Stand back.
But it's the journey, not the destination, right?
Come back here! Come back here! God damn it! I'll stick my dog on you! I don't wear this dang hat and commit to this rural character so you can eat for free while you come of age?
I'm sure the lessons that they learned will last a lifetime, but considering the average lifespan of a Morty, I don't know how feasible that really is. So if you're all about the potty-mouthed kid camaraderie that's all the rage these days,
aren't you guys coming in? It's gray water. What the hell's gray water? It's basically piss and shit.
Well, then get your shit together. Get it all together.
I'm just gonna go get some chocolate pudding. I'm telling you, lunch lady Phyllis hoards that shit.
but you'd like a take on it without evil clowns or the Demogorgon running amok, you should check out Stand By Me. As season 3 of Rick and Morty comes to a close, it feels like a very different show from when it started.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Therapists, man.
Weird breed.
We should get a drink.
Really? Like, go somewhere?
Yeah, let's drop the kids off and go tie one on.
Absolutely.
And the only thing we know for sure about the next season is that it's gonna take a long ass time to get here. So, in the meantime, give some of these recommendations a shot. And if you're already familiar, that's no reason to stop you from exploring the depths of cult classics. After all, the only thing better than having a reference pointed out to you is knowing it in the first place. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. We here love Rick and Morty, especially because of the references. So I want to know, what's your favorite? Is there something that we missed? Please tell us in the comments. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, and of course, I'll be commenting as well. As always, please subscribe to NowThis Nerd and get swifty.